What is up, folks? Corporal Hot Pockets is back with this third episode of the Orbital Drop podcast. Our second episode reviewing the campaign. We got Titanium Rocket here. We got Trooper Geo here. Cancel is sleeping.
The IRA did nothing wrong!
Exactly. IRA did nothing wrong. Cancel's being a sped. He's sleeping even though it's 11 o'clock. And even though he kept asking me, yo, are we doing the thing tomorrow? All right. So, second part of reviewing the campaign. Last time we left off, we covered basic overview, campaign gameplay loop, the open world, the first half of the missions, and some of the bosses. So I think now we're at around the second half of the campaign. How did you guys feel when the story really gets going? First, the conservatory. You first go down into there. You hear the screaming of you see the monitor. She gets attacked by the skimmers. You hear the voice of the monitor and the Harbinger. How did you feel about that?
Find a way to
Intrigued.
the gravity lift.
Okay.
Is it wrong of me to say I laughed my ass off when I saw her fucking like mutilated corpse?
That's fine.
I'm not surprised one
so
bit.
Funny. I was just like laughing my ass off when I heard her scream for pain. I was like, holy fuck! Whoever's inflicting this amount of pain on a construct who can't feel pain because she's a machine is doing a pretty fucking good job.
Well, to quote Exuberant Witness in Halo 5, oh, the Warden's not a robot. I thought you understood that. So, whatever. Either way, for me...
The Warden's not a robot?
Yeah, she actually said that. I don't know what she meant. Like, does the Warden have a soul or something?
No, but like... They have a nervous system, right? So then they theoretically wouldn't be able to feel pain.
Right. I think it's emotional pain. I think she was just saying,
emotional pain!
She was just I'm gonna betray all of your sentinels against you. I'm gonna turn all your sentinels against you. Either way.
Oh, that was rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's like Order 66 in your sentinels.
When all your sentinels no longer come to the weekly tea and crumpets. Either way,
Sentinel General, the time has come to execute Order 66. It will be done, my lord.
Either way, for me, I personally really like the established tone of that mission. I feel like it built up the tension and the fear really, really well. Like, you go in there, and you see the monitor, and the way she just gets attacked and just pulled down is just like, I'm like, bro, okay, some scary stuff might happen. Obviously, I wasn't scared for myself, but it's like the way the game built it up. The horror inside of the game was really well, and of course you overhear their voices. That to me built the atmosphere even more, and the delivery for the monitor screams of emotional pain. Boy, the delivery for that was good. It was really, really good.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
It's pronounced neck.
You're breaking my neck, dude. It was like the worst timing for me possible when I was playing that mission, because when the skimmers came down and pulled the monitor down into like the huge abyss.
Yeah.
Do you know the saxophone meme song where it's like da da? Oh no, Careless Whisper, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Careless Whisper started playing on my phone.
Oh no.
So I was just like,
oh boy.
No.
Something like that would ruin it. Either way, for me, that mission was really well. It just, yeah. And then you encounter the Harbinger. I also love that at the bottom, if you want to, you can actually grab a hook and explore the area. And it's a huge building. The conservatory is like you spend the whole mission going down, descending the levels, and once you're at the very bottom, you can look straight up and you can see all the way up, and you can grapple like good ways up until the game puts a barrier. And I like that they do that. Like, they don't let you grapple all the way out of the bounds of the level, but they let you grapple, like, hell, 2/3 of the way all the way up, which is, like, huge. And they're like, yeah, you want to explore, you want to just grapple up here, stay within the bounds of this, like, grapple. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then, of course, you encounter the Harbinger. And, oh boy, the Harbinger. So, to me, the main thing about the Harbinger, her mystery was just so good. Like, you have no idea who or what she is. Like, some people are saying she looks kind of like Precursor. Some people first thought she looked kind of like I actually thought she looked a little kind of like the Prophets. Her like slender frame.
I thought she was a female elite.
Yeah, she's got that look.
What were those Prophet Spartans called again?
Prelates. Yeah, exactly.
Prelates.
I thought she could be something like that because she's got that slender frame, but she's also got the hovering. But then when she starts teleporting around, that's how you really, honestly, if they wanted to show her like greatly more advanced than Master Chief or whatever, having her just buzz teleport around everywhere is the best way, because it's like, how can you even if like she had like next to no shield armor, if you can't hit her, if you cannot hit someone who teleports around you, then it doesn't matter if you got the most powerful weapon and if they got the weakest armor, because you cannot hit them. And then of course she hits Chief with the energy blast, smashes him right through the window, right through the tree stump, and then smashes the big ass rock too. All that in just like 5 seconds flat. That's power. Like
What a
that's
Chad.
I know. She got big balls. And then all of a sudden the spire just comes out of the ground, and the things go down on the little arms on the side. When I actually first saw that, before we find out that the spire is some sort of construction mechanism, I actually thought that the spires had something to do with the silexes, because the squares going down the 4 arms or pillars on the side, they looked like silexes to me at the time. So I'm like, uh-oh, there's gonna be some stuff going on inside there. That's why I kind of beat around the bush before moving on with the mission. So then you go inside of the spire. What do you guys think of the spire mission?
Okay.
All right.
Which one was that again?
Is it the one where you fight? What's his
Yeah.
name?
That's where you first meet the second monitor, the guy who gets in the big ass tower.
I like the boss fight, honestly. It's fun.
The boss fight was kind of the only thing, in my opinion, that made it stand out. Other than that, it kind of just the Spire mission, the other Spire mission, these indoor Forerunner missions are kind of starting to blend together, and I feel like they're overshadowed by.
Wait a minute. The Spire mission and the mission where you meet Harbinger wasn't the same mission?
No. So Harbinger, that's underground. The Spire mission is you go inside of the Spire upwards, and so the Harbinger mission, the conservatory, that's you meet the Harbinger at the end of that. You meet the Sentinel guy, and he gets in his big carapace. That's at the end of the first Spire mission.
Can't get up there without
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like
activating
they kind of the feel. That's the problem with Halo Infinite that some others have pointed out. The feel of the missions is way too similar. You have like 15 or 20 missions, and you either have banished structures, Forerunner structures, or a slight mix of the two forest and outdoors. Like that's basically it for all the missions. And
This is why I was saying when Halo Infinite came out that they should have like had human colonists on the planet, and they should have had like settlements and shit already built, like
Yeah.
cities and stuff.
Yeah. So Zeta Halo did have a substantial UNSC military presence beforehand. Like I know we're not really supposed to talk about the books much because this is Halo. The game was promised to be self-contained, but regardless, in Shadows of Reach, they said that there were like 5,000 UNSC personnel already on Zeta Halo. So that's substantial. Like on the Ark, you see some UNSC wreckages and structures. You should have definitely seen something like that, because again, the UNSC was there for years and years beforehand. They had quite a few installation. Like honestly, just how cool it would be for you to find some sort of hidden military base, UNSC military base, that's trying to rescue the survivors. And they got they're the last bastion of the functioning UNSC. They got weapons in there and stuff. I think that'd be cool. Plus, you might be defending that base because, say the Silent Shadow elite guy, Jago Dana, he tracks you there. So you have to defend a UNSC base. That would mix things up.
I loved that boss fight, by the way.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It was really cool. I felt like do you think he went down a little too easily?
Yes.
I do too.
I think you should have been forced to get into melee combat with him. Like he throws you an energy sword or whatever.
Right.
That would have made it more interesting.
Right. Remember the guys in Halo 3, Halo 2 or 3 started, it was where like you can energy sword duel, where if you both hit at the same time, then it deflects and you'd have to actually duel. That would have been something cool. Maybe they ran out of time fleshing that out or whatever. But I feel like
energy sword dueling actually requires skill and timing, other than like
right.
If with gravity hammers, it's pretty much the first person who smashes the hammer wins. But with energy sword dueling, it actually requires actual tactics and shit because of the deflect mechanic.
Right, and so on the lower difficulties where he would be easier, he would toss you an energy sword, you could just not care and just gun him down with your whatever. But on the higher difficulties, you would actually need to have the sword to parry his, otherwise he would just cut you to pieces. And so you would
Guess what? I'm playing a game right now, and I got an achievement called the Silenced Cartographer.
What game is this?
It's called Outer Wilds.
Huh.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that is pretty
Halo
funny.
reference.
Yeah. Either way though, but so what I'm thinking is, if you were to fight him with the sword dueling, it's like you would parry each other, and that would be your opportunity to get in some damage and stuff. and then he would come again for another swing, and that would be like an extended fight where you'd have to obviously get some checkpoints around it, so it's not like you die and you have to restart the fight from scratch. All those Dark Souls veterans are laughing their asses off right now. Either way, but I felt like he went down a little too easy. But I do like that of all the bosses, he's the one that aside for Eshram, we get to see across the campaign. So we get to build get to see him built up. I know there's a lot more. There was a lot more information released about him, which is why Hidden Experience stuff appreciated him so much, because like, oh, we got a Silent Shadow. And he's like, you can see just how badass he is, and his backstory.
I love how he's got a fucking mechanical arm, dude.
Right,
That's metal as fuck.
dude. He's first of all, he's got two mechanical. Doesn't he have two mechanical
Oh,
arms?
he's got both cybernetic arms.
I think the other one is as well, but if it isn't, then but he's got cybernetics all across his body.
Or what a fucking Chad.
I know. So this like Xperia was talking quite a bit about his backstory, like a Silent Shadow elite who betrayed his faith and all of his beliefs, and instead now fights for whatever the hell he wants to. And you could tell that, like,
That's a Chad. That's a Chad right there.
Now again, if you didn't know what the Silent Shadow was,
Saying Healy are not allowed to have prosthetic.
Right. In fact, they're not even allowed to. I mean, if they bleed, that's considered losing honor, and it's very shameful to bleed.
Hold on. But is it a case of them not being allowed to have prosthetics, like willingly put on them without the need for it? Because if an elite lost his arm in combat against the UNSC, surely he'd be allowed to get a prosthetic arm so he can go back.
Nope. At that point, you'd be weighing the trade-off of the honor, the loss in honor of getting the prosthetic arm, versus the potential gain in honor of fighting the UNSC. And if he were to do that, then he would have to make sure that he's really successful in fighting the UNSC, and that's a risk that many of them aren't willing to take. Because for them, it's all calculated, gaining honor versus loss of honor. And a lot of times, if you're in a situation where you might lose an arm and you'd be forced to either sit in retirement or take it a prosthetic, might as well kill yourself then and die with honor. It's kind of it's messed up. Like, their whole honor system dominates so much of their society that pretty much
their whole honor system basically reflects Bushido from Samurai Japan.
But it's like Bushido taken to the next level. It's like, yeah. It's like, it's like perfectly fine soldiers will kill themselves to maintain the honor, even though they could have achieved a lot more in their lives. They could have been a lot more useful.
And that is why the Covenant lost the war. Anyway.
Right. Either way. So, that's what I'm saying is like Jaga, however you pronounce it, he threw all that to the side and instead started being an actual warrior and actually did what he needed to be more effective and more deadly. Instead of fighting an honorable fight, he would fight to win. And instead of keeping himself pure to not to corrupt himself, he got prosthetics, which made him even more powerful. And so now, if you didn't know about the Silent Shadow or you didn't understand much of his backstory, you might not get a lot of this in the game, but I feel like the game still does a good enough job to establish him. Like at the very start, when he manhandles Tremonius, and even it's a subtle thing, is like when he's got the blade to Tremonius's neck. Do you guys see that he's slightly tapping his finger on Tremonius's head, like gently, kind of like he's gently stroking his head with his finger while he has his fucking energy sword to his throat? Like that's metal. That's metal right there.
I honestly thought that was more of like him tapping his finger against Tremonius's head to kind of like symbolize the tick-tock that his time is like suddenly running out, like the tick-tock of a clock.
That could be it, but to me it looked more like a gentle stroking gesture, which is quite ironic.
So so he's trying to comfort him as he's fucking threatening him.
Yeah, more just like kind of like
just like sociopathic way of trying to.
Exactly. It's just more like him just asserting his dominance, basically.
Oh, so he's toying with him.
Yeah, exactly. Which is exactly because he could have very easily just taken his head off right then and there. But the reason why he didn't is
this guy's the type of guy who likes to play with his food before he eats it.
Right, exactly. Like he stalked the Spartans, he stalked Master Chief, and instead of he could have gone when he tracked down the pilot, he could have easily ignored the pilot and went after Master Chief, but instead he wanted to capture the pilot, torture him for a bit. That's why Eshram says, have your fun, but keep him alive because I want you to draw Chief in. So yeah, it was, and again his fight, the way they establish it, it's like You're walking in, the creepy music, the noise from the thing. It's so perfect. And you hear his voice, and his voice sounds very raspy and mechanical. It's amazing.
Wait,
it's amazing.
There's something ahead.
What
out
do
the
what did you
window.
The
think?
only complaint,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry, Ty, but the only complaint I have about his character is that he's meant to be like stalking you throughout the whole of the campaign. I would have loved to have gotten like, you know, a bit more hints that he was on your trail, other than the part where he's talking to Chief through the dead Spartan's communications.
Right. Like just imagine
Yeah.
if like you're you do a mission and maybe I don't know, you see some weird or whatever, but you keep going, and then at the end of the mission it's got a cutscene where Chief is about to board the Pelican, and he gets on board, and it cuts back to like a landing pad or something where Chief walks off of, and you can see just behind one of the corners there he was the whole time. That would have been.
Or yeah, like the Pelican flies off, and then
Yeah,
and you see like there's like a puddle or something on the
yeah,
the landing pad, then you see things
and
coming-
the implication was that he was following you the whole time. Actually, on future playthroughs, you can see him, and if you want to, if like I don't know, if you play the mission again and you see him, you can try to fight them right then and there, without having whatever. I don't know. That might be a bit too much, but like still.
Well, that could affect the campaign in the future. Then.
Right, or maybe just fight him off, and then he runs, but like you injure whatever. Regardless, just seeing him stalk you, like actually seeing him throughout the campaign, that would have added a lot, in my opinion.
A lot to his character as well.
Right, of course. What do you think, Ty?
I think he's cool.
What did you think of the build up right before to his fight?
It was intriguing.
I really love the way you walk in. Yeah, you walk in, get the music, and you see him, you hear him, and he's like, "Say goodbye," something like that. It was really cool. All right.
Then he pulls out his penis and he's like,
Oh, dude, yeah. He pulls out his sword and his penis, and he said, "One of these is going into you, and they're both gonna hurt." Alrighty, all right. Moving
I
next.
thought you were gonna say he pulls out his sword and his penis and he cuts off his penis. Right
Wait,
in front of you.
wait, what? Bro, I've heard of
I
kinks.
thought that's what you were gonna.
Dude, I've heard of
I
kinks.
thought that's what you were gonna.
Okay, let's stay on topic. All right, what'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of the post-conservatory slowdown in the campaign? That's where like the game, it's more busy work. Like the 2 Spire missions feel like fetch quests. The beacons feel like fetch quests. What do you guys think about that? Was it like a welcome slowing down in tone, or did it feel annoying and cutting away from damage?
I didn't mind it that much, but
I mean, I think the whole point of it slowing down is so it gets you to like retake bombs across the room and shit.
Right. So when you guys first played it, did you play it more like rushing through the missions as quickly as possible, or did you take your time, go through the fobs, find the collectibles, upgrade your armor, that kind of stuff, take out the targets?
I
Like,
basically played like one mission and then like killed 5 HVTs and reclaimed 2 fobs. Then I rescued all the Marine squads that came out of those fobs. Well, that came out of claiming the fobs, and then I went back to do another mission. Rinse, repeat.
Right. That's pretty much what I did. Like, I would try to get as many, especially at the conservatory, because I was kind of a conservatory inspire. I was kind of afraid to go in. So on my first playthrough, I pretty much did all this, as many of the side quests as I could. Yeah, and I love how the game, like, it's not required, and you don't have to, like, you can do as many as you want. You don't, like, if you don't get bored. Imagine if they would have had timers on the HVTs or Marines. That would have been a bit annoying. Either way, though, so it's like you're not required to do it, but if you get the HVT, if you kill the HVT, you get a better weapon. And for the enhanced Sentinel Beam or whatever it's called, that's a really good weapon to have. In fact, that's part of Xperia's legendary guide, is having that with you and being able to pick it up at the fob, because the damage it deals is just off the charts. As well
Well,
as,
that would have been handy when facing hunters.
Oh.
Holy shit, they got a buff in this game.
dude, I fucking hate hunters in this game. Either way, though,
hunters
They're
are
so
terrifying.
they're terrifying, and it's not just that they're terrifying. I also hate that they're just so bullet spongy, and their damage is like they spit out the damage. Like when they go berserk and they like start, like they literally have explosive minigun. That's what I call it, explosive minigun Fury, because it's just like, you know, like it spits them out like 20 of them per second, and they all blow up around you. It's so annoying to fight hunters. Like
I don't think it's annoying, but it's tough.
Like
Like you have a skewer. Use a skewer.
oh, for sure, use a skewer. But hell, even the skewer. Actually, how many skewers does it take to kill a hunter on
I
heroic?
think
or
like 2 or
3
3.
to the face. Three skewer shots to the face.
to the face. Well, good luck making that hit.
Use keyboard and mouse.
Okay. Look at Ty. Look at him flexing his PC player skills at us.
You can use keyboard and mouse on Xbox.
Not if you don't know how to use it.
No, you can.
Nah. Either way,
What, Ty being more smarter than you?
yeah, definitely. Either way, though, I was on the one of the last missions where I just killed. Yeah, I was at the conservatory, and you fight those 2 red hunters, and I had the diminisher of hope. I had an diminisher of hammer, and I couldn't for the life of me kill these 2 red hunters with the hammer because they would always kill me first. They would melee me first. Now, maybe it's that I was using it. Yeah, maybe I was using it wrong. Like, what's the range of the hammer? It's longer than normal hammers, isn't it?
It's a hammer.
Well, it's a hammer, but the concussive shockwave is like what 3?
I don't know. I just used the battle rifle and the assault rifle and the commando. Spent the entire thing.
Was that enough to kill hunters? Red hunters?
No! It took me so many tries
I know.
to kill the hunters.
That's what I'm saying. But except I had the most powerful gravity hammer, and even that didn't work so well. So yeah,
I just resulted to chucking fucking fusion coils at them until they died.
I tried that too. There's only one problem. They're faster than you. They are incredibly aggressive, and they keep fucking firing. Actually, a few times I've recorded a few clips. I chuck a fusion coil at a hunter as he's firing, and he shoots the fusion coil out of the sky in front of me. Actually, if I'm lucky, it doesn't blow me up. If I'm lucky, but yeah, so good luck.
So easy to die into hunters on fucking any difficulty.
Right, that's why I think there are 2 in the 1. Like Halo Reach has
I
some.
played my fucking playthrough on normal and I got fucking melted.
Right. I mean, Halo Reach had some tanky hunters. They were nothing. Like I actually prefer to fight the Halo Reach. Even on my lasso or legendary with the explosive skills on. Those are hard. Don't get me wrong. But they're predictable. You're able to maneuver around them. You're able to see when their melees are telegraphed. Their shots are slow. These hunters, though, OD'd on steroids for 20 years. Dear God.
Hunters.
Oh boy. Sorry, just had.
What you get. If you like crossbreed and
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
My God, are they fucking insanely terrifying?
Right. So, Ty, in your experience, what's the best way to deal with hunters aside from the skewer? Skewer might be limited. Of the common ones, what do you think is the best? Needler?
Not completely sure. Just
Needler.
luck.
I think Needler might.
Throw everything you got at them. Throw a bunch of fusion coils at them. Just,
what if they shoot them? What if they shoot them all out of the sky?
Well, you know, I missed the
that's
part
your
where that's
problem.
my problem.
That's not my problem. It's their problem.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
You designed the
True.
game. The game devs be like, I missed the part where that's my problem. Either way, though. Either way. So yeah.
Master Chief being Bully Maguire.
Yeah, definitely. Either way, so yeah, but we're talking about the slowing down in the middle of the campaign. What the hell? I didn't mind that too much. I kind of enjoyed the section. I love that section where they banshees were able to fly around. I really like that as well. Flying is probably the best way to fly. Yes, flying is definitely the best way to fly across Zeta Halo. Flying is the best way to travel across Zeta Halo. It's pretty fast, and since the terrain is pretty rugged, and you have difficulties traveling by wheel or hover. Then Banshees and Wasps are... Actually, I prefer the Banshees. Either way, though, I didn't mind the mid missions, and I do like the little bit of exposition you get with the audio logs at each of the beacons. Then you got the command spire. Seems kind of like a repeat of the first fire, I believe. Yeah. Now then, you got the island, which is like the middle of the mission. What do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about that style of mission where they cut you off from all your other fobs, and you're kind of just stuck there with the resources of the island, and you have to finish the mission there? You guys like
I
that?
felt like I was on the show Lost.
Yeah. I actually got that feeling too. I really liked it. What do you think, Ty? This style of cutting you off from your other resources, and you're just stuck.
I thought it was interesting.
Living off
but
the land.
Speaking of Lost, I was watching that a while back with Cancel. We made it to like season 2. might restart it.
Very good.
Well, we got bored after that.
Short-sighted fools.
But either way, so I personally really like the
You
style
have
because
served me well,
it
Leonidas.
switches things up, of course,
Your
and you
sacrifice
kind of have to
is
you don't have access
appreciated.
to all the things that you have to bring with it. It felt a little repetitive
She
taking
took
out the
out
gun
the training
batteries
facility?
and seeing Eshrum's annoying face. I
Spartans.
felt like it would have been better
Oh,
had
God.
instead if you would have.
All of them?
Okay, the worst part of that mission though was the boss fight.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Hyperius and Tavares.
We're not there yet.
Oh
We're
my
gonna
God.
build up to that. But yeah, so it was kind of annoying just seeing Eshram taunt us every time we go into the gun battery. I think it would have been better that you have to fight some elite or some shadow elite or some sort of like no blood stars. Blood stars would have been the best because the blood stars
Every
would be,
time you go into a gun battery, it's just Eshram saying,
There's
"Ha
another lift
ha!
nearby.
The
It'll
UNSC
take us
have
close
lost.
to the surface."
Ha ha ha! Your anime wife is dead.
right.
Atriox killed her. Ha ha ha!
Honestly, it
you
would-
have no penis. Ha ha ha!
Honestly, I think it would have been better if it would have been instead of being him, he might have only said something over the top. Instead, if it was the brutes, the two guys.
Hyperius and Tavares. Yeah, that would have been. They
They would have done, and you're fighting some blood stars under their command. Blood stars, I think, would have been really good. Invisibrutes, very powerful. Like say a small team of 2 or 3, very powerful. Obviously be regulated for gameplay, but still.
It's like okay, like with someone like Bassus, who we don't really know much about, and he's not
There's the
really
lift.
he's not
And
part of the
it's not
hand of
powered up.
Atriox.
Mhm.
I think it's
Vanished
okay
or
for him to
trying to
just
track
like
us.
show up that one mission.
We're going to need to find a
I
way
mean,
to
from
get
what
it
you can
back
But
tell-
like
online.
these,
Yeah,
but like Hyperius and Tavares, who are these big Spartan hunters, I think we should have seen more.
right.
Of them.
I mean, Bassus
Who's Bassus?
is the guy at the end of the laser mission or whatever, right before he goes.
Yeah.
The guy who ambushes you in the big tower.
Yeah, exactly. That's him. And I mean, you can tell by his armor, he's just like a extra veteran. So I mean, he's pretty cool in that regards, and he's of course got some extra armor and shields. But that's what he is. He's a veteran chieftain who's looking for some one last hurrah, kind of in a similar.
He probably wasn't even hunting Master Chief like that Tavares and the other
No.
guy.
He was just there. Like when you take out all the troops and you're about to go into the tower and face him, you can hear on the on the radio saying, "Bassus, you have your orders." So I mean, he's waiting there. He's not hunting you down. He's not chasing you. He didn't plan it. Like he was just he was a veteran.
Guarding the laser.
Right, he was guarding the laser. They told, yeah, Chief is here. We probably knew he was gonna come here. He's like, all right, well, let's see what I can do. And then you can tell from his lines when he kind of takes it seriously because he's kind of like out of his prime. He's a bit of an older guy, and he's just looking for some respect from them youngins. Either way, though, back to
My
Tavares.
headcanon is that he's a Human Covenant war veteran.
Yep. Yeah. That honestly, most of these guys are actually, if you read the dossiers for the high value targets, the little bit of exposition for the weapon, their description in the open map, as well as their in-depth file in the target dossier, you get that a lot of these folks were a long-time veterans of the Human Covenant War.
Playing game.
That's why you just nutted in your pants. I was like, what the fuck?
Indeed.
It's high.
Indeed. Either way,
What's
though,
in the fucking pouring?
dude, you don't want to know. You really don't
I
want.
probably don't.
I have to sit next to this guy in math class. Dear God, we
Hey,
kind of.
I'm not the one who was watching Evangelion.
Yeah, that was Jeffy boy in front of us.
Ty's the kind of guy who's probably into that fucking Mass Effect, fucking Fuda Femme Separate, fucking Miranda.
Oh God, no, that's our buddy. That's our other buddy Mando. Dear God.
Mando's into that kind of shit. He's into
Yes,
that kind
he-
of Fuda crap.
Yes, he is. Or I mean, I just know Mass Effect. I do not want to know the specifics.
Yeah, I like Mass Effect.
I mean, this is Mass Effect. Sussier side of Mass Effect. I hope you're not, Neo. I hope you're not into the sussiness.
What? Oh, no, of course.
Okay, good. Either way, back to the guys. I feel like they could have been handled better considering how difficult the fight was. Maybe it would have been better. See, first, I think it would have been better is that you just first hear like first hear Eshram over the radio when you first land. When you're approaching the first gun battery, he's like, "Oh, you think you're gonna take this out? Don't worry, I got something special for you. Two of my best."
I think
dudes."
the first one should have been Eshram, but like the other two should have been Hyperius and Tavares.
Oh, you think you would have done? What I would have done instead is I would have had had you face Blood Stars, so basically stealth spec ops boots. You face them in each of the 2 or 3 of them in each of the gun batteries, and then you face the 2 of them in the courtyard. Let's say maybe you only kill one of them, the other one leaves, and then you face him at a later date. Because here's my problem with the Hand of Atriox. It's only like what four people, right? You got the 2 brothers, you got Jaeger, and you got Eshram. That's only 4 dudes in 3 boss battles. That's not really a handful per se.
I mean, for a brute it is.
For
You
a
only
brute.
got 4 people. Brutes only have 4 fingers, right?
I know, but still, it's like it's 3 fights though, and Eshram goes down pretty easily, so it's only 2 fights.
Yes. However, you have to have.
I don't think it should have been 8 per se. I think it would have been okay if you maybe if you had one more elite. I'm trying to think. No, not maybe not elite.
What happened to the shipmaster from Halo Wars 2?
Oh yeah, Lead Folier. That's actually a good question. Whatever did happen to him? Kinda just disappeared.
Probably got poisoned with that drug that makes you shit out all your internal organs.
Is that what the Oni infected? The
Oh yeah.
No. Oni definitely no. It's been confirmed in canon that they experimented on a drug that made you shit out of your internal organs.
Prank I wanted to do.
It was in one of the Halo visual battles, and it wasn't as vulgar as that. It said it in a very civilized way. It makes one guy's internal organs do ingestion, and then as I got more experience in science, I realized ingestion means shitting. So I was like, oh god, that's horrible.
I don't, to the best of my knowledge, that does not take place on any members of the Banished or anyone else in the Halo Infinite, thank God.
It'd be fucking cool to see that happen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be satisfied with having a gun trying to throw a grenade at me. I hit him with the electric grapple, and he drops the grenade right next to him and blows up. Oh, actually, even better than that. I absolutely love grappling to an elite or brute, hitting them, which destroys their shields or armor, and then I throw a grenade and that kills them. Like, that's so fun. That's so insanely fun.
You gotta grapple away and not find.
Oh, you do, exactly. Dude, the grapple is so good. The game would be good. Either way, back to
It takes you a lot longer to get the very
you can get to many of them.
Yeah, some areas are completely inaccessible.
Right, never mind. Like, so the traveling is good, but the tactical, like in combat, zooming around buildings, that is also insane. But anyway, back to the island.
Halo 5 and
No, never mind that. But back to the fight. So yeah, I think it would have been better. We see Eshram over the radio, and we fight like say 2, 3, or maybe we see with the first gun battery. We fight 2, 3 Blood Stars in the next gun, and then we fight the brothers in the center, but one of them gets away. St. Varus gets away because he's better looking. He looks like Ubernick is based. He killed the other one though, because he's down there with the chopper. He's gonna be easy to kill.
See, on one hand, Ubernick is cool, but on the other hand, you know what I'm gonna say how fun.
What? Oh yeah.
Northern Irish.
He's an He's an American now. To quote Spartan Locke, I'm a Spartan. I'm an American now. Either way, so yeah, I think if you fought him later on, it would have been so either way, you get past the island, and I really like the aesthetic. I like seeing like 3-4 frigates and with Pelicans all over. On my first playthrough, I those wreckage have so many audio bars. It is awesome. And yeah. And I really like the style of taking away the I wish more of the missions. I mean, you have that at the end of the game, but I wish you could see that maybe once or twice more. Maybe a mission where they take away the grapple. That's something that I heard from other YouTubers, and I think it could have worked well. Like restrict you in certain missions. I don't know, something like Chief falls, damages his grapple, but he can't go to a fob, so he has to do the mission without the grapple. Either way, after the island, what happens after that? Yeah, the game kind of continues to slow down after this. I think the island is in between the 2 Spire missions, and you do the second Spire mission after this or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, then yeah, the game does kind of slow down at this point. It's kind of
It all kind of blends together.
It does. It really does. Sadly. Let's see. And obviously at some point, I think at the end of the second Spire mission, that's when Brohammer gets kidnapped. Oh, how can we talk about the island mission? Not talk about his breakdown at the very end.
That was a good scene.
That was a really nice scene. Honestly, so Ackman said in his review of the campaign, he said that it was the small character moments that saved the campaign for him. And honestly, I have to agree. So up until this point, Brohammer was kind of annoying. It's like he was more scared in the first time we see him, like in the reveal trailer. Whereas in these he's more actually openly aggressive with Chief, and it was a slight shift. But a lot of people had a problem with that, and I understand that because it's a whole different thing. Like Chief, I don't think we can do this. Versus him being like, Chief, listen to me, you retard, you can't do this. It's like, bro, it's like, whose side are you on? But we understand this mission kind of fixes that. We understand why he's like this. He lost everyone he knew. He saw that he becomes clean. He's not a soldier. He doesn't have that sort of pressure. He was just a civilian contractor, and he sees that Chief has died, and he's like, we're screwed. Now, I mean, Chief is back, but everyone else is dead. Everyone else is basically dead or on Zeta Halo about to be killed. So it's really, yeah. So this mission, his moment with Chief, and you can tell that Chief's at the end of the world. He's like, enough. He's like, shut up. I'm tired of your crap, soldier. And that's when he tells him, I'm not a soldier. I'm a civilian contractor. I got no business being here. I don't have anything left. And that's when they really have a heartfelt moment, and I think it was really, really nice. Either way, moving on. They go through some.
Can I mention one thing about Esparza?
Yeah. What about
Whatever just happened to his family?
We don't know.
They're just confirmed.
It's implied that they died, I think.
He did say in the
I'm guessing
mission,
that's it.
the beacon mission.
The House of Reckoning.
The weapon
He doesn't have anybody left.
Really is a
right, and
suitably
Chief says the same
ominous
thing,
name.
even though we know Chief has
How do we get in there?
his girl Linda.
We fight.
Wait, I hope
His,
there's...
not to mention his other girl, Kelly, and his boy, Fred.
Nah, Fred and Kelly aren't on the same level as Chief and Linda. Chief and Linda had some real strong. Like, did you hear the way he...
What, like, Chief and Linda had the Cat and Noble 6 thing going.
No, they had more the Cat and Carter thing going.
Oh, yes, of course, with the pedophile treatment. Yes, of course. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense, because they're the same age.
Nah, but they had that power dominance thing. I'm kidding.
I'm guessing that's it.
Oh, yes, of course,
The
of
House
course.
of Reckoning.
Oh, dear God.
I was right. It really is.
No.
suitably
Dr.
ominous name.
Dr.
How
Halsey
do
and
we
Chief
get
had
in
that Carter Cat thing. No, Chief and Linda were they were chill. They were
Where fucking Chief was Cat in this situation.
and Dr. Halsey is Carter. Yes. Oh dear.
Bitch. Fucking Dr. Halsey mentally abusing Chief, just like how Carter mentally abused Chief the whole time.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Do I remember? Was it a fanfic where I read this, or one of the actual books where it says like either Kelly or Linda said that they didn't trust Dr. Halsey too much. It might have been one of the fanfics, but it seems pretty legit to me.
Honestly, no, it wouldn't surprise me if some of the Spartan crew didn't really trust Halsey.
Right. I mean, pretty much all of them
Because,
that.
like, Daisy didn't trust Halsey.
Right. And all of them that like washed out or whatever and started working for Odie and no longer had the Dr. Halsey indoctrination. In Dr. Halsey nation, they didn't trust her very much either. Either way.
I mean, Halsey's like a horrible person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Halsey's awful.
This is something that I don't get. I don't want to go into a book review, but like, how come as soon as what you call it? How come as soon as what's it called? Glasslands comes out, everyone starts saying, "Oh, it's a crappy book." Bruh, you really did notice, like, on Glasslands because it portrays Dr. Halsey as being a scummy person, even though it's really continuous what the first book said about her. Like,
Fucking Halsey is a scummy person.
I know, but like so many people think that she's unfairly portrayed in that book.
But she isn't, bro. She's a fucking
I
terrible
know.
human
I know.
being.
In the first 3 books, that's like in the last of Eric Nyland's books. That's when she bails on everyone. Like she literally straight up kidnaps Kelly and bails on everyone. She bails on her daughter. It's dude. Halsey's not a good person. Sorry, we just had to explain our Halsey hatred, which is why I'm kind of glad that.
I mean, I don't hate Halsey. She's a really great character, but she's objectively like a really fucking deplorable human, which is why I like her so much.
I mean, she makes
for, like
right. She makes for a good character. Don't get me wrong.
She does.
But it's like she's also not a person. Not a good person. Just a good character. A character who's creatively flawed. So yeah, I mean, you can appreciate the skill of the character. It's not, don't say the character is morally good. Either. That's why.
Listen, man. Like, Halsey is like, well, I know she's not like Erebus. Nothing can be like Erebus. Fuck you, Erebus. Sorry. Warhammer attention. I was about to say she's like Erebus from 40k, but no, actually, in hindsight, she is not even close to that fucking asshole. Sorry.
Alright. Either way, where do we leave off? So we were talking about,
Halsey?
yeah, we're talking about Halsey. Before that, we kind of went off course with,
as far as
yeah, as far as in his family. So yeah, they're both kind of alone. As far as his family is gone, he really doesn't have anything else. He's not even a soldier. He's not supposed to be here, but he literally doesn't have any other reason. So he's trying to now. This chief kind of instills in him some of the soldiers really go. We're literally all that there is left, and we have a job to do. So we may not be the best. Chief is the best, but even Chief, he doesn't have a squad. He doesn't have the.
Chief is just a humble person.
He's very humble, right? But I mean, so Chief, when he normally did the operations throughout the war, he had the entire UNSC logistics system, infrastructure system. So that's part of the reason why I think the Spartans go the whole war with low tech, like they don't have shields and stuff, but they barely take any casualties. And then at the very end of the war, pretty much all of them get killed. I still think that's a little too complicated, a little too poor writing, but like it makes a huge difference having the whole every equipment you need, all the soldiers on backup, an entire fleet ready to go up, versus being on your absolute alone. Like yeah, Chief goes from having like an ODST division ready to follow up blue team and stuff like that. Now he's just got the pilots and maybe some submarines that he's been able to rescue. And so like they all realize it's like, look, this is a very bad situation right here that we're in right here, but we have a job. It's like if we fail, it's like we're literally the only ones left. And this is actually something that some of the audiologs covered. One of the audiologs is Spartan Griffin, and he's talking about there's some single
Yeah, fuck.
Hey. That's true, but he's not like Paul, okay? He's not annoying.
No. Okay, no, hold on. I actually don't find Polymer to be that bad. Hear me out. I don't like her. I think she's like a pretty bad character. But like, she shouldn't be the example of what a shitty Spartan 4 is. Like, she's a really cocky and arrogant character, but at least she's a good soldier, right? I think an example of what a really shitty Spartan 4 is fucking DeMarco.
Oh yeah.
I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, but DeMarco is there because of nepotism, so does that really count?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, his dad and his granddad were both Marine generals.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that makes me hate him even more. What a fucking bitch!
Does that surprise you one bit though that he's a Spartan because his folks are like generals? Does that surprise you one bit?
No, it doesn't. That honestly actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Even in the modern world, nepotism is such a huge thing.
Oh, for sure, especially in the military, especially when it comes to being a Spartan.
Yeah.
And so, right. And so, regardless.
Don't get me wrong. I want to mention this one thing.
Yeah.
There was this one Spartan 3 in Beta Company who was from Earth, but his parents were like really high up executives in ONI, and they put him into the Spartan 3 program.
Wait.
I don't know why, but they put him into the Spartan 3 program.
Where is this?
This is from like one of the old concept art books from the Reach days.
Huh.
I think it's still considered canon though by most people.
If you find that, send me that because I want to know as much about
I
that.
will.
Just imagine that. 'Cause, like, one of the huge motivations for the Spartan 3s was getting revenge on the parents. And the Spartan 3s, they were very competitive. So, I mean, do you know if he graduated or anything like that?
Oh no, he graduated. He became a headhunter.
dude, how? It's like, dude, he must be one top two.
Probably. I mean, I'm just saying, he's probably Irish. We all know it's probably an Irish guy.
Nah.
I'm sorry. We don't know his nationality.
You think Oni would let Irish people live there?
Well, I mean, they let English people.
Well,
So far.
That's great.
Ubernick's a what?
A forerunner.
No.
He helped with the development of the game.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Halo Infinite.
How?
Oh my god, really?
What did he do?
He gave a lot of feedback on how games should play.
Bruh, Ubernick is Tavares. Like that.
Oh, so he playtested it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Ubernick, listen, Ubernick is Tavares. That's my headcanon. Okay. He's tall, but he's not beautiful on color.
He's that ginger brute.
Right. That's Tavares.
That's Tavar.
Yeah. I know he's annoying to fight, but you know what?
And forget he's Northern Irish.
Right.
So he's kind of good.
Well, he's American now. So.
Maybe an American citizen, but nothing's gonna change the fact he speaks with a fucking Belfast accent.
I'm Irish.
I have a very big grudge against the Northerners.
My granddad said the same thing. He stuck on the
Oh, of course. Your grandfather was Confederate?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Either way, we're getting off topic. So yeah, back
We
to
are, but you know what? It's fun when we get off topic.
what was I about to say? So this all started with our rant about the Spartan Forge. So the Spartan Forge in Halo Infinite aren't that bad. You mostly see their corpses, but you get a bit more from the audio
The
log.
best part. Sorry.
You're not wrong, buddy. You're really not.
I had to.
I know. You're not wrong, though. You're absolutely not wrong. But you get a bit more. You get more life out of them from the audio logs. They sound pretty good. But there's this one audio log where they try to have a dual raid. One team of them stays in the guards the red room at the time when they were still doing the outpost. While another team of them try to go assassinate Estra. It doesn't go so well considering how many of their bodies you find. Either way, and at that point, after the raid on Eshram fails, Hudson Griffin says, like with a serious tone, he's like, "Okay, folks, we only got one objective. It's not escape. It's not victory. It's not even survival. The only thing we can possibly hope for is to stop the bandits from getting action to this raid. Because we literally cannot do anything else. They've outsmarted us. They've got more. They're outflanking us. Like we're utterly screwed." And honestly, and I really like the way he said that because it's basically the situation. Obviously, Chief goes up. And Chief is way better than all the
but everybody's dead.
I know.
She shows up a big fucking late.
I know. I actually saw in the David server, someone wrote in what if Chief didn't fight H-Truck, instead he did make it to a race with all the other Spartans? That was actually that'd be
Interesting question.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
But we would need to completely rewrite Atriox's character because for that to happen,
Hold on, Sage never meets Chief.
Right, but what I'm saying is for that to be possible, we'd have to rewrite Atriox's character to make him the type of brute to not actually lead his men from the front.
I don't think so. I think he just rewrites the fact that he has a way somehow. He's not able to jump the Chief. Instead, he's just like a slight time. Just a slight time. Regardless, though, back to the story. Yeah. So it's like the Spartans are, and I love the way that's really the way you see the Spartans vanishes. You see the Spartans manhandled, but it's also in a realistic way. Like it's not like oh we gotta take care of these powerful folks. We just all right, we're just gonna write them off and they just died somehow. I feel like that was a little bit done with the Infinity. Like it was just destroyed just for the sake of being destroyed.
Yeah, I was pissed off at that. The Infinity is like the one thing I like.
I know, and yeah, a lot of people said that it was necessary for the story. I don't entirely.
It wasn't.
I don't think so. I think honestly, just having the Infinity damage and on the run was good enough. Like that thing was good. Plus, the way it was destroyed was just like, yo, something crashed into it. Like, bruh, like the Infinity's got like 4 orbital super magnets. Like, it can definitely fight off
Looks
the
like the
bandage.
controls are
One
up on
theory
that
I've heard
platform.
from Installation 00's video is that the Infinity shot down that Guardian, but that Guardian stripped the Infinity shields, and since the Infinity didn't have its shields, that's how the Banished were able to take it out. and I mean that may be plausible, but I still think that's if the unless the band is like FTL right next to it, they should have been able to take down any banished forces without any problem. Either way though, back to the story. So yeah, Chief doesn't have anyone, Fernando Esparza doesn't have anyone, but they got each other and they got the mission. And honestly, that's all they need to succeed.
They got each other, and then they moved to a place called Brokeback Mountain.
Oh God, no.
You've all seen that movie, right?
I've not seen that movie. I've not seen that movie, but I know exactly what you mean. And no, they are not gay.
The one with the gay cowboys.
I know. Wait, 18 Naked Cowboys?
That's Ram Ranch.
I know.
Yeah.
What is
Is
the trap?
Ram Ranch at Brokeback
I mean,
Mountain?
it's a trap.
Could be.
You got it.
It's definitely a trap.
Just kind of sus.
Are
Another
you
thing-
even listening?
Another thing I thought was a little bit
Ready
weird
when you
with
are, Chief.
the whole Spartan 4 thing
Yeah.
was that Hudson got ripped out of his armor, right, by
Yeah.
brutes.
Yeah.
How the fuck wasn't he dismembered? How didn't he lose any limbs?
I think
These
they.
are brutes, man.
I think they tried to keep him intact. They tried.
Where is he?
Why? Because they assumed he
no.
was the leader of the Spartans.
There's an
Right.
unusual
And
signal
again,
up
from what you can
ahead.
tell,
Maybe
Jack
that's
Lock
him.
interrogated him quite intensely. Jack
To
Lock.
the point where he died when you meet him.
Right. I think Jack Lock might have actually molested him a few times too.
Oh my god. He did the old 1-2 Carter do.
Yeah. He broke his soul. It's just so weird because Jack Lock's such a gentleman. What does it tell us about society? That pedophiles are the nicest people? I knew it. As soon as a lady or as soon as an old man greets you, hello, you gotta immediately tie him up and raid his house because you're definitely gonna find kids in the attic. I promise you.
God.
Either way though. Either way. So yeah, the Infinity's portrayal was a little unrealistic in my opinion. The Spartans though, they
What
felt.
the fuck happened to Lasky?
That's some of the ideologues explained that he made it groundside, but we don't fight him. My guess is considering Halo Infinite's base campaign takes place in such a limited area, only like in the place where the ring is shattered. I feel like Lasky and the rest of the and a whole bunch of other survivors are scattered all across the rest of the ring, and they probably do have some sort of resistance. If we're lucky.
I swear to fucking God, if they reveal that Lasky died off.
Dude, I 100%. They better not do something like that.
Like they kind of hinted at Locke being killed off screen.
Right. Well, okay. So we got Hyperion.
Mega Bloks. There are some Mega Bloks figures that leaked of Spartan Locke, and
Yeah.
he's like alive.
So Hyperius has Hyperius has Locke's helmet on him. But there are Mega Bloks that show Locke battered without his helmet or his armor, but still alive. It also says that the high value target dossiers were written by someone. Who else to write target dossiers than freaking Locke?
Does this mean we're getting more campaign DLCs?
Yes, we are.
Yes. It is, I think that's. I'm fairly certain that's what's going to happen in the future of Halo Infinite to keep it going for 10 years.
So that's what they mean by Halo Infinite being the only Halo game for the next 10 years.
Right.
To keep it fresh, they're gonna keep adding campaign DLCs.
Yes.
Right. Now the question is, how long until we get the next DLC? Oh, finally Cal joined.
I'm just saying, like, it'd be so cool to get a fucking ODST DLC where you play as an ODST.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
I hope so too. Now it depends. What style of DLC are they? Are they just gonna have like campaign, like Halo Infinite Campaign Part 2, or is it gonna be like specific? Like you can have a campaign from Locke's perspective, and you have to fight more stealthily because you don't have the armor. Or you can have ODSTs, or you can have Captain Lasky's perspective.
Who just left?
That
Cal.
Cal.
I would like to have it be like a very diverse range.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
Like, dude, it'd be so good because then they can finally give us what people have been asking for ages: a campaign where you actually play as a fucking Marine.
Right. I think it could be done. One of the main problems I had with playing as a Marine is you wouldn't have like the you wouldn't have the traditional Halo HUD, but I think it could work just fine.
Well, no, I mean, like, you could have the HUD. It would just be like, you know how in Forward Unto Dawn, the HUD was explained through their orange glasses that they were
Right,
wearing?
that's exactly what I'm saying. So it's like these Marines have some sort of tactical IDs or whatever. So I think it'll work just fine. Either way, so I think we could definitely have plenty of diverse DLCs. What I hope, I don't know how realistic this is, but I'm just imagining. What if you got like say a mainline campaign, like full-size campaign every 3 years, but in the 2 years prior, you would have like a you would have a
You'd have like a
spin-off,
little,
spin-off style.
yeah, like an ODST type.
ODST, Halo Wars, a spin-off that would be experimental. It would be shorter in length, it would be experimental, but it would be, of that nature. It can be completely different characters. It just, try something new, but something that people ask for. So we could have like
Dude,
I think that could work pretty well. But again,
it'd be cool if we could play as like an Oni agent or something.
Right.
I know Locke is an Oni agent, but like he was working with the Navy at the time because he was
Right.
a Spartan.
No, but there's-
so therefore he was reassigned to the Navy.
there's a ton of Oni assets on the Infinity. There should.
Of course, yeah.
So there definitely should. Yeah. Either
But
way.
since Locke transitioned over to a Spartan, he technically wasn't with Oni anymore. He was with the Navy.
Wait,
Since
Locke
the Navy-
is trans? What? I knew it.
Maybe, I don't know, but
I know.
like,
So actually, the Spartans are their own branch. So Locke is.
are they now? They're not with the Navy anymore.
Nope. Spartans are their own independent branch. They work a
Oh,
lot.
what?
They work a lot with the Navy and they work a lot with the Oni. But they're actually their rank structures. They don't technically have ranks, but when it comes to like interacting with other branches, they assign ranks to warriors. It's actually kind of similar to Air Force aviation ranks. Like you'd have the base Spartan, which is equivalent to like the base pilot, would be like a second lieutenant. The team leader would be like some equivalent to a captain. That'd be like a flight leader. The squad or platoon, those would be like majors, lieutenant colonels, and colonels. And, like the very high ups would be like the generals. So it's similar to Air Force ranks.
Okay.
Either way, though, but it's a Spartan branch. It's technically independent. It was kind of made independent as a compromise between Oni and the other branches because the other branches didn't want Oni to have all the super soldiers. So they wanted an independent branch, not just independent, but like run by people who don't like Oni. So so you got Musa and June, neither of which are particularly fond of Oni, especially Musa because Musa is he's a disabled Spartan 2 washout.
Dude, what happened to June? Didn't the training center blow up? Is that
Yeah,
why he's dead?
actually, yeah. Also, I got questions about that. In the book, Bad Blood, that's covered.
Leonidas was deactivated, wasn't he?
Right, exactly. How the hell did he take over the base? Someone please give me answers. I don't need sleep. I need answers.
Yeah,
Ask 343.
how did he take over the base? Does this mean June is now dead?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Halo Follower made a video about it where he basically said, yeah, it's heavily implied that June died. Either Halo Follower or Xperia. I'm not sure which. Either way,
Dude, if they kill off June off screen, I'm gonna be pissed.
dude, I 100% agree. I think
Like, come on, man. That man
Isn't
deserves
that
well.
station though supposed to host hundreds of Spartans, but they only had like 76 or something?
I don't think it was hundreds. Bad Blood doesn't say. Bad Blood doesn't
Does it ever specify how many Spartans it can house?
Bad Blood said it was somewhere like in dozens. I mean, it's a big station, but think about it. Like, it's not just like the actual housing quarters for the Spartans, it's like the training facilities and that kind of stuff. You could have a lot of Spartans in the in the dorms, but like they all gonna just sit there. Getting
My
bored.
only thing I have to say about June right now is, if you're gonna kill off June, okay, he needs to get sniped through the face, okay? Carter died by going down with the ship, Kat died by getting shot in the head because she's the brains. June needs to die in a way that reflects his profession. What better way to do so than by getting sniped?
I kind
Just
of agree.
saying, I know it probably won't go down well with a lot of hardcore June fans, but you gotta keep tradition, man.
I agree for sure.
What about you, Ty?
Huh?
What do you think
My
about
little-
the way June should go out?
I think should go out on screen.
Of course, but he needs to get sniped. That's what I'm saying.
He needs to die by his own set of skills like the other members of Noble Team.
That's exactly
That's
what
what I'm saying.
Right.
Get sniped. Oh, but that'd be so. And also, like June gets sniped, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And he just fucking dies.
Yeah. Like he gets shot through one eye. Then again, he did retire his armor. So yeah, actually, that'd be a great opportunity for him to get back into his armor. It's like, okay, I did say I retired my armor to be a smart recruiter or whatever, chief of staff, but we are getting attacked by Prometheans, so
You know, gotta break out the old Mark V.
right.
Although I am just saying, guys, hear me out here.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have made more sense for Cat to have been the one who survived and go on to the Spark Recruiter, since she's more of that, since that seems to be, that reflects more of her personality than it does June?
Nah, she should have gotten pricked off by the one single needle. That was so funny.
Okay, I will give you that, it was very sudden.
Yeah, a lot of people though laugh about it, saying, "Oh, when nobody died, I laughed." I don't understand that.
No, it's only Cat.
Yeah.
For me, it's only Carter. I fucking laughed my ass off at that. I was like, you know the Pelican has an ejector seat, right?
Does it? Wait, does it really?
Yeah, well, that model did anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Either way, yeah, but back to Infinite. So yeah, we go through the campaign. As far as Chief, Lasky, there's a lot of potential in them moving forward. But the campaign gets wrapped up. We talked about Jigga's fight. What do you guys think about the fight with Escher?
It's long, but I don't think it's bad.
It has things to it that keep the fight fresh. Like you have to not target him for a time because.
And when he whips out the gravity hammer, all hell is.
Right.
What was he using before the grav hammer?
He's using a scrap cannon.
Yeah, and it's a
Is
powerful.
that like the minigun thing?
Yeah, it's a minigun, except it fires 25mm grenades.
It's those cannons
cool.
that those like really annoying like brutes with the heavy armor would carry.
Yeah. So
I mean the ones that you just take out with Scorpion.
Yeah, but not everyone has a Scorpion. There's like some of the levels where you're in the Forerunner areas and need to kill them. You gotta use your drop wall essentially, I think.
right.
I never used any of my armor upgrades.
Really?
I forgot all about them.
Yeah, that's what I like
They're
about it.
gonna be your best friend on a legendary playthrough.
Right. I played heroic and legendary.
Forgot all about them.
Bro, did you upgrade your shield?
No, I forgot completely about it.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh, new mission.
Yeah, that's what I like about legendary. It's like, yeah, you can actually progress. You can actually get better. Either way,
I was playing on normal difficulty, so like.
yeah, that might explain why you had such a problem with the bosses, is because you didn't upgrade any of your stuff.
Oh well.
Either way, did you get good into button comboing between the different armor abilities, like grapple hook, threat sensor?
That was fun.
All right. Either way, so my personal thoughts on the fight. I think I agree. I like that it was small. It also felt like you're able to maneuver around him pretty well. He doesn't like, it's tanky, but you also have enough options to take him down. See, I never had enough problems. I didn't have big problems with their shield being too tough. I felt like that went down pretty well. So yeah. Now let's see what happened after that. Overall, about to face the Harbinger right now. Either way, though.
Are you still playing it?
Yeah. I put 50 hours into Halo into the campaign. Either way, though.
A lot of fun.
Speaking of the Harbinger, what did you guys think of the Harbinger boss fight? Obviously, the real boss of that battle was not the Harbinger. It was
It's not like you're really fighting her that much. It's like you're fighting around her almost.
right.
It's hard to explain.
Well, it's mostly just she's up in her butt, and she comes down after you do the minions, and you have to shoot her a couple of times. She teleports a lot, and that could be annoying too. Like, if you have like a skewer, God help you. Or rocket launcher. But
I was used to fucking VR75 all the time. I was fine.
right. Well, again, you're also on normal, so you don't get enough hit.
Shut up.
I'm kidding.
Get good.
Either way, though. To me, the real boss of that battle was the damn Chief at the end. Oh boy, was he a pain. He was a big pain.
Dude, this is why. No, he wasn't a pain to me because there were energy sword dispensers around the walls.
You don't want to fight.
I just picked one up and I didn't.
You don't want to fight a brute chieftain who's got a hammer.
I made it work. I got the jump on him.
On legendary, you don't want that.
What? Faster and legendary?
Yes, and he's incredibly durable. You probably need to hit him like 5-6 times. Probably. So, meanwhile, good hammer.
Well, this is why the grapple shot is a godsend of the device.
Right, it is pretty interesting. Oh boy.
Gets you in and out of the situation very quickly.
Right. Did you master that trick of like grapple shotting and then you sprint and slide and basically get to fly across the map? Did you master that thing?
No, I didn't even know that's a thing.
Oh yeah, so basically if you grapple shot, and as soon as you land you hit sprint, and then you hit crouch, you fly. Or not you slide, but you slide so fast if you do it properly.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Do you know about
Wait,
that?
can you get across big chasms with that?
Well, again, you have to be over ground to slide across the ground, but it's like on roads and stuff. Dude, you're gonna go real fast if you do it right. Like it's really, really.
Okay,
good.
I have another gripe about Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Campaign. The empty, like the chasms, the massive chasms that you just can't pass without like an air vehicle. Those are so annoying.
Aren't some of those by design though? Like they don't want you to pass.
Yeah, I know, but like, oh man, that's just sucks. It's like I could be like out the mountains on a mountaintop on one end of the chasm, and I have to cross over to the other end to get to the fog. And I run a warthog off one end, like off the top of the mountain, and I'm just about to get to the other chasm, but then I hit a fucking invisible wall and it knocks me directly down to my death.
That's true. I do like this game doesn't have a lot of physical barriers, but it does have some. You could argue that's necessary, but all right. Either
It's
way.
annoying.
Either way. So yeah, we talked about the Harbinger boss fight. We talked about Eshrum's boss fight. What is there left? Final thoughts on the campaign. How'd you guys feel about the campaign overall? How'd you guys feel about the future of the campaign? Are you excited for the next?
I'm excited for the future of the campaign. I thought the campaign itself was pretty good.
Right. All right. I hope
It was
that
needed. It was needed after Halo 5 just did that.
Right. I hope though that so in case you guys don't know Ackman's review of the campaign is pretty well done. It's got a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff that I disagree with, but the overall, like the way you talk about the characters, the villains weren't quite as properly portrayed as they should have been. I agree. As well as a whole bunch of characters just being disappeared off camera and just for the sake of just having this be a cheap and Cortana 2 story. Either way, though, I hope that the DLC or whatever it is.
My thoughts. Okay, this is my current theory. Is that the campaign was originally supposed to be a lot larger, but they had to cut out parts of it just to get it out the door in a relatively polished state by launch.
Right.
Because remember, I keep pointing this out, but in the trailer last year, there's footage of the game that does not show up in the final game. And it alludes to the legendary ending, yeah.
Right.
It's such as
You beat the game, right? You can see offensive bias in the reflection of Chief's visor. You can see offensive bias, or it looks like it, because there's concept art that shows that most likely shows offensive bias.
maybe in the next 3 years we could see offensive bias in the flood.
Oh God, I
hope.
hope. I hope it doesn't take that long.
I don't think it would
I
take too long
hope it doesn't,
considering it was
but
meant to be in this, most likely meant to be in this version. So they probably already have a lot of assets done. So
Right.
So,
Dude, let's hope.
I hope they show something at E3. I hope they show something at E3.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'm just saying, man. You know, it would be so fucking cool if we got the Flood campaign, but you're not actually playing the Master Chief for it. What if you're playing as Jerome?
Oh boy. Speaking of, yeah.
It'd be so fucking cool.
Speaking of that, have you guys seen the new leaked final Boy General Kit?
Yeah, the quote-unquote Spirit of Fire. We don't know.
We don't know.
Blue team could be.
Yeah, it basically says. Hold on, the guy says something about.
You're going to want to see this. It says.
Yeah, like he mentions something about how. What do you say after that? Like he doesn't know, or they're not supposed to be something like that. Basically, very likely implied in my opinion that our boys over from the Spirit of Fire have managed to find their way back to the main action over by Chief.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I may have forgotten that.
Trying to navigate.
You guys keep talking.
Yeah, trying to
What were we
navigate.
talking about?
Trying to navigate the thoughts of from back. Oh! I gotta say that.
You guys reach out and then hold on. What were we talking about?
We're talking about Jerome. Spirit of Fire. Ring a bell?
What was I gonna say? Give me a minute. It'll come back to me.
I sincerely doubt that.
Yeah, I know.
I thought all Irish folks were back. Either way, though. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for Halo Infinite to go forward. What kind of replayability would you give the campaign?
I think it's quite replayable, actually.
I do too. I've played it on.
Yeah. remember what I was gonna say. Sorry, you guys can go.
Yeah, I played on normal, then I played on legendary with Ninja, and then I played on heroic, and now I'm playing it on legendary. And then I'm also playing on legendary with autistic. So.
Okay. Anyway, so what I was gonna say was, what is it? A few weeks before launch of the campaign, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said that his friend showed him a leak of something. He said it may not be the actual campaign, like the launch campaign, but it could be the future campaign. And it's like Master Chief is like removing pieces of his Mjolnir armor as a launch. And he's just like, so I don't know if that's ever going to be planned to be like part of anything. It could just be something, concept art or something. But, like, my friend was talking about how apparently Master Chief's Mark 7 or Mark 6 or whatever is locking up. It's like the armor's locking on him. So
Armor lock.
Yeah, throughout the campaign, he's just like pinching pieces of his armor. Just failing on him. I don't know if that's ever gonna. I don't know if that'll ever be a thing, but it's an interesting concept.
It definitely is. Definitely is.
It's almost like the cloak from the Halo 5 campaign trailer that showed up in the actual campaign.
Yo, that's so cool the way it's the game property all this show up. That's so cool. More people should definitely do that because it's not like it pisses off fans. It's not like everyone's art. It's not like all the game companies do it so much and it pisses off the fans.
Let's just take a look at the comments in the Halo 5 trailer. Let's just see what they like.
All right, but yeah, while you do that, so replayability, I agree with Ty. Replayability of this game is off the charts. It's amazing. It's absolutely glorious. And the core gameplay is so nice. The story is not as good as it could be, but it's good enough, and it's good enough.
I think it's serviceable. Yeah, I think it's serviceable.
It's serviceable, good enough, and it shines in some particular.
I think it does a good job at closing the door on Halo 5's part and opening the door for the future.
Right. So the story also doesn't feel incomplete either. Like it feels like the heroes, they feel like yes, they've done their part. They're together. They have complete character arcs. It's not just filler. So yeah, basically it's a really big step in the right direction. And it also opens the door. So yeah, basically it did what it needed to do. Now, was it the best?
No, of course not.
No, but it also was good enough. So we're sat.
Okay, guys, one moment. I just gotta go get my dinner. I'll be right back.
Right. Either way, so the story is really good. The campaign is really good. The core mode, but that's the thing that I wanted to say. The core gameplay.
The core gameplay is probably my favorite.
The core
like any Halo game.
I agree. The core gameplay had to be better than the story. Or at least had to be the best.
It had to be the best, and it was the best.
It was. The core gameplay is so good. There are some parts that are annoying. There are some parts that are like actually not going to give a second. Air vehicles are
the vehicles are like the one part of the gameplay that suffer the most in my opinion.
Right.
But the core gameplay itself is really good. Right.
Exactly. And that's where this campaign gets a really big. It moves the campaign so much forward, and that's ultimately what brings this campaign. What gives it its replay value. Because Halo 4, for example, some people say it's got a good campaign or a good story, but if you don't,
it's not as fun. Yeah.
Right. If you don't want to replay the game, you're not going to replay the game for the story. You're just probably. I mean, you're either A, not going to think about it, or B, you're gonna. If you really want to experience the story, you're probably just going to watch the cutscenes. That's not playing the game. And so, Infinite succeeded where it needed to succeed to be successful. And I know that doesn't make sense, but
like you'll see people say. I've seen people say that the story isn't as good, but the gameplay is so good it doesn't matter to them.
Right. Now I think the story's still plenty good, but
yeah, I still think the story's good. I don't agree with people who say it's bad. Like I remember YouTuber Video Game Donkey said it has the worst story in any Halo game, and I kind of laughed at that because like you can't be worse than Halo 5.
Right.
It's not amazing. It's not an amazing story, but I think it's serviceable.
Right. And the small character moments.
It has good character. It has a lot of good character moments.
Right. And that's honestly that you feel, yeah, so it's like, it may not be, again, perfect, but you feel like, the villains are intimidating, the heroes are strong, the characters go through development, and honestly, so it's like that's what you need. Obviously, it's not like it's not going to be some earth-shattering story that completely.
It's not going to win an Oscar or anything. It's not an Oscar-worthy story.
Right, but again,
it's good. It's
right,
decent.
Right. What was the and ultimately it got what it needed, and then some. So like Halo was on the way like badly, like if this game would have flopped, or maybe you could argue. You could even argue
The fact that after Halo 5 the story was as decent as it was is really honestly quite impressive.
Exactly. So I mean, honestly, even given the state of Halo 5, you might actually argue that in order for Halo to be permanently ruined, the story didn't even need to flop. The story just didn't need to be would have to not be good enough. And yet, Halo didn't flop. Halo's on the rise. And that's part of it is also the state that the game launched in versus the other two major competitors, Battlefield and Call of Duty. But yeah, so we're sad.
Battlefield had a bad launch, so did Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Halo was the only. Honestly, I thought Battlefield was going to take the cake this year, and Halo would have been like a distant second. I did not expect Halo to actually come out on top.
Right.
And that made me really happy.
Exactly. Halo got the job done. Because that's what soldiers do. That's what heroes do. So ultimately, wrapping up this podcast, we're really satisfied with the Halo Infinite's campaign. Obviously, it's got its flaws, which we recognize, but we're really happy with it. We keep playing it, we keep enjoying it. We hope others do. We hope that
we look forward to the future.
Look forward to the future. We also look forward to that people who watch this review may have had a bad taste of Infinite. Maybe examine it. Maybe you'll find some stuff you like. Hopefully, because we definitely enjoyed Infinite. And what had
Also, G was way too harsh on Ubernick. Ubernick is a Chad.
What did Ubernick have to say about Halo Infinite, though?
He loves it.
Good. Exactly. And yes, it may be enjoyable to kill Tovaris, which is basically Ubernick. That's only because the boss fight that boss fight is so annoying. It's probably the most annoying one. Other than that, though, yeah, hope you folks liked watching this. Hope you folks